It's all made up again.
Yeah.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Always lead with the right point as well.
Yeah, it's my strongest hand.
Nice.
Yeah. Sometimes I might catch with my left hand because I'm ambidextrous.
Maybe do two.
Nah, it'd mess up the mic.
Do a spin.
No, I got in trouble last time I paused.
Yeah, you did a body.
Yeah, but sometimes the pause is too long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it pauses and you think that it stopped.
That's what everyone does.
For the listener, Ben has just done a spin on his show.
Yeah.
I put a dent in the plaster.
You can't see that on the camera.
I was looking at him and I just heard a scuff against the wall. I had a voice note on earlier, and you said there about a pause. I was washing up and I'm listening to this voice note, and it's like flowing, and then there is a good 1, 2, 3, and then it commences again, and I was like, oh, the signal must have gone. But it's just, you've got to be bold, I think, to pause on a voice note to be like, just that flat sound
I think
wave.
you've got to be bold to pause in a conversation.
With me, especially.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful, that.
I win every bit of silence.
Yeah.
Speaking about conversation, who are we conversing with today on the couch when they arrive?
Oh, all right, Chatterbox, and a good friend of the podcast. It's comedian Harriet Dyer, everybody, who has been on the pod once before and created a wonderful story of a young boy that identified as a rabbit and lived in a warren. Warren?
So close to getting it right.
Oh, a warren.
You just said-
Do you know, it wasn't a lad, they were
non-binary.
A non-binary.
Yeah, but you couldn't get over it, could you?
You were really struggling with that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
what was the name? What was the name again? Crusher.
Crusher,
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lived in Skegness and were the offspring of the King of Holland.
Yeah. Yeah, and they
They can only talk with rabbits. Was that it? It was called Watership Crown, wasn't it? And they couldn't speak, if you remember.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And she helped a fingerless person at Botlands who had a panpipe of cigarettes everywhere they went.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful little story.
Oh, it was very, very funny. I was rewatching an act out of it, which you sent me yesterday or the day before, and I was cracking. You was cracking me up, Ben. The conversation between the pair of you was just so
was it
funny.
where it's like, well, I've got not my fingers.
No, it was the bit. Well, yeah, it was that bit, but also you was talking about how she sort of like started disrespecting you or something like. Can you remember?
In my head, it's when she says, "I love surprises," and you said, "Yeah, well, the last time you gave me a surprise, I lost my fingers."
Yeah,
Well, just me, banger after banger.
Yeah.
Every week.
But it
every
was,
week. Every week. Speaking of Harriet Dyer, by the way, have you seen that? Obviously, she did live at the Apollo.
I was going to say, I went, that's common knowledge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on her
but-
Instagram.
Yeah, what's true, yeah.
And she won the Sean Locke Award.
Did she really?
Yeah, I've seen it before. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that
so-
must have been recent because Eric Rushton.
Yeah,
was the last
October.
person. Wow.
October.
Yeah.
So
New
last
champion.
month.
New champion, mate.
How do you win that? Do you get nominated or do you just?
Yeah, you must be. I don't think it's just random that you get it. I think you must be nominated.
Just like, is it like a little Sean Locke scout in the crowd that just like goes?
I didn't know where you're going to go there, mate.
I know, yeah. Industry don't recognise me.
No.
They just don't, and it's a shame because you're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's because you're pretty funny.
Hey, do you know what's fucking funny? I read someone tagged us in something the other day, and I found a review that someone's left on my Facebook page, and I've only just seen it, and it's someone from the Fringe who basically says, it's fucking nasty what they've written. Something along the lines of like, I went and watched this guy, and if I wasn't in a room where I was boxed in, I would have walked out. It was sacrilege what he was saying.
Sacrilege.
Well, was this not the Christian lady?
Yeah. The fucking profile picture's like, the Lord is with me, and it's just like, he's not.
Yeah.
So she was giving me the beans, but
go on. So what was she saying? How long?
She basically was like, if I was in that room boxed in, if I wasn't, I would have left. It was sacrilege what he was saying, and I laughed once in the entire hour.
Where does she normally watch comedy?
I don't know.
Church.
Yeah.
The priest, when they make them like really poor jokes, and everyone goes, I seen a sketch the other day, and it was I think it was it might have been Keen. No, have you ever watched I Think You Should Leave?
No.
You never watched that? I forget the name of the comedian. He's like really big in America.
Oh yeah, Tim something. I can't. Yeah, yeah.
Basically, they're at like a wake, right? They're at a wake, and the priest is sort of like saying these like kind words about the person, and he sort of says something which is like a really rubbish joke, but everyone in the sort of group like goes ha ha ha. Everyone leaves the wake, and then a fella goes up to the priest and he goes, yeah, good sermon, but you know that wasn't a real laugh that you got when you was doing the service. And the priest is going, like, okay. And he's going, yeah, but it wasn't a real laugh that you got. Like, it wasn't actually funny what you just said. And then another guy comes in, he goes, yeah, it actually wasn't that funny what you said. They all just start going in on the priest. But in the sense that...
Yeah, that's exactly what I had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but just passive-aggressive over Facebook. I think months after the Fringe as well, so get over it.
Oh, so they posted it months after?
Yeah.
Oh, did they? So it was just in the... So it wasn't like when you was at the Fringe, it was...
No, I'm pretty sure it was posted like in the last couple of weeks, and it's just a bit like...
Oh, sorry, mate. It's just like that idiot who posted that. What about you being dangerous?
Yeah. Well,
idiots.
The less we draw attention to that, the better.
Have you ever been at like a wedding or something where the priest made a mistake?
No, I was at a wedding where the priest had he had like a whistle when he spoke. Oh. Like he didn't have a whistle in his hand, but he'd like say, "Thank you for coming to the service." Like that. It's
It's usually when they've got no teeth.
Yeah, well, he had teeth. He just...
That's bad. Remember that when I went to during the Fringe, the one in Glasgow?
Yeah.
So the priest there, I think it's what they call it, not priest, when they're what they're called.
A vicar.
No,
a bishop.
They're not like
a deacon.
No, they're not religious. They're like...
I don't know, you
atheist.
Celebrant. Celebrant. That's what they are.
Celibate.
Celebrant.
Oh, celebrant.
Yeah,
it's
no,
all right.
Celebrant.
Right. Yeah.
There was like... It was just a normal wedding, and then I helped the bride. So
You helped her?
I helped the bride's like Nana get to a chair, because that was like my job for the day, helping her get in. And she sat down, and during the service, the celebrant went, "And we're going to think about people who can't be with us today. Blah, blah, blahs. Nana." And I was looking at her across the room going, "I've just helped her in." I was thinking, is she a ghost?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So,
but like, he'd written it. They didn't think she was going to make it to the wedding.
Oh,
so
right.
they'd written lines months before. She turned up. She's probably there going, "Shit, I'm here." Yeah, she's like, and
Did she laugh?
No, she can't hear. She said, "Oh." But I helped her. Everyone was looking around going, "Can you see her? Can you see her at the front?" It's like,
so funny.
yeah, she can't be here today. This poor woman.
Did no one say...
No, the bride like aggressively grabbed the celebrant's hand and went, "Stop."
they did.
She did. She went like, "Stop," because I think he was about to like list on all these people that he thought that were going to die.
Jesus Christ.
It was great wedding.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Everyone's just seen that happen as well.
Let us be wed.
But no, yeah, well, and he refused to like say the second name properly. It's just like this older guy. Just like they're having like a double barrel name, but obviously I don't think he believed in that sort of thing. So he just kept saying the groom's name.
The groom's last name and not the double barrel.
Say hers, he just refused. He's clearly not prepared for it. He's not a professional speaker like us.
I've seen some when my cousin got married. There was a Scottish
celebrant.
Yeah, and they were
Celebrant.
They were really good.
What is it? It's a thing.
I know, but I've never heard that word said, and now I'm hearing it multiple times. You know what I mean? A celebrant. Yeah.
No, celibate's what you are.
What's a celibate?
It's where you choose to not have sex with people.
Oh right, yeah.
If you was a celebrant, how would you sort of like? Let's say me and Ben are getting married.
Yeah.
How would you announce us?
He'd refuse to do it.
What like say some words?
He'd refuse to do it
as a celebrant.
I'd probably say, ladies and gents, boys and girls, theys and thems. We are gathered here today to witness the love of Ben Hart and Lewis Coleman. Albeit, I don't agree with it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and I'd sit.
But not on a homophobic level, a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal level.
I'm isolated.
Yeah. I would. In fact, I'd just say I wouldn't agree with it, and I'd just sit in that silence for a bit and just let people be like, "Where's he going?"
Like the voice note.
Yeah, and I go because they're doing it on a Wednesday, which for me just implies cheap.
Well, it's a schedule. We're recording the Monday. And
if you're getting married midweek,
you're selfish.
you are.
Lloyd, I'm looking at you.
What day did he
Yeah, I've called you out
What day did he get married?
on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Do you know what? Venues are cheaper. Everything's cheaper.
Yeah, but
That's
you've got to
it.
take 3
But
days off for that.
He's tilled. He's wedged.
Is it?
Bank of mum and dad, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Coming for you, Lloydie.
Does he work weekends?
To be fair, I take that back because he did do our plumbing. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice. He did a good job.
Yeah. Gold piping. We got.
How would you do it then, celebrant? How would you say open the gig and it said the wedding?
open the gate.
Yeah.
I'd say thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah.
Inclusive language. Thank you everybody for coming to the ceremony. We're going to be marrying today Stachini and Hart households. It's going to be Harry Stachini Hart and Ben Hart Stachini. And we're going to have the hearts coming together. 2 hearts, love hearts, let's call it. And if you want to get a bit closer to the groom.
Yeah. My dad would walk out. Not happening.
I like them both.
Yeah. Ben, you're a nice lad, but you're not for him.
Yeah. Lewis.
Harry, put your shoes on. We're off.
Why have you your shoes off?
I don't know.
Just fully suited, tuxedoed up. No socks on either, just toes out.
Hey.
Here he is.
Liam's arrived.
Dixon and Dot Green.
We are doing the
Evening
intro.
all.
Right now,
Yeah.
For the listener, Liam, who is one of the producers on the ones and twos, has just arrived in the studio. You can't see him, but you can definitely hear him. How you doing, Liam? Probably smell me as well. Well, okay. I never thought you've got an aroma. Where have you been?
He's been to work.
All right.
Yeah, some of us work.
You know, that pissed you off, didn't it?
Right, let's get into this pod so we
Okay.
can wrap this intro up.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and thems, this is going to be all made up with Harriet Dyer. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Just a little bit.
And we're back, everybody, with the brilliant Harriet Dyer.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming back on.
Thank you.
We were just chatting about Denton.
Yeah.
And the gig that I'm thinking of is it's in like a mill. Is that correct? You can do axe throwing.
Yes,
So-
I got there when there was axe throwing.
So the story, just to give you context.
Give the listener some context as
Yeah.
well. You're talking about a gig that Harriet went to the other day.
Yeah, a gig that Harriet went to the other day with another act, Lindsay Santoro.
Yeah.
I was with Lindsay on Friday doing a gig in Aylesbury, and she ripped it. She was great. She clearly didn't mention it to you. I was with Harry 24 hours ago, but I knew she was doing this gig. But that gig in particular in Denton, well, it's Droylsden, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
Yeah. We used to book a gig called Killer
Oh,
Comedy.
is it that one you went to?
So,
Adventure one.
yeah, you did.
Because you didn't come.
I know,
It was
yeah.
just me. Oh my god. Yeah, go on. So go
With all
on.
the barrels.
Yeah, just to give you context, right? This gig, we had a gig which was in a place called Industry, which you did, okay? And
A
it was-
nice one at the bar.
Yeah.
Around the
yeah,
corner.
it was
And
like
the
a glass-
barge community came.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And Brendan was on. Brendan was on.
Yeah.
Because his dad was part of that floating
Yes.
community, right? And
That's-
His
so-
dad lives on a barge.
it was a lovely gig. Off the back of that gig, someone asked, would you put a night on in this
warehouse.
warehouse? Yeah. So I went and viewed it. And the guy's like, we've got axe throwing over here and all this stuff. And I was like, right, I think the gig could work between these pillars if we did it like this. And then when it got booked in, I was elsewhere. So Lewis went and ran the show on his own. And if I now pass you over to Lewis, because
You were elsewhere.
well, I
Yeah, conveniently.
I was gigging.
Yeah.
I
At home.
I think I was down. I was doing like an important gig. I couldn't be
No, you
there.
were at Comedy Store, I remember.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, yeah, it got there.
yeah.
Obviously, you go up and there's just axes being launched everywhere, isn't there? And
Yeah.
it brought like a fairly rough crowd. I mean, it had like, I don't know.
They brought their own axes.
They brought yeah. But like the bouncers were on the door and stuff like
Well,
that.
before we even went in, there were people going on just telling racist jokes. And
Yeah.
as we were coming in, they were just telling like shit old jokes. As we went in, and I was like, oh, I was so happy I'm not gigging because I was just driving Lindsay.
Yeah.
And then the man, well, I shouldn't say this, but the man that greeted us looked like, you know, that guy with one eye that's in prison for killing police officers. He looked like
Dale
him.
Cregan.
Yeah, he looked like him. The guy that
He's not.
greeted
He's
us.
from round that area as well.
So it could have been him. He's
yeah.
escaped. No.
Okay, no.
And that's
running a
terrible
comedy
thing to
club.
say. That's
But
a
yeah,
terrible
but
thing to say.
like we ended up. having to kick people. I didn't, but like the establishment was kicking people out of the gig just because they were just so aggressive towards the acts. We had Bethany Black on, and they were just like, there was this group who were just being horrible, like really horrible, and she dealt with them. But yeah, it was just like not a nice atmosphere. But the crowd like loved Bethany Black, but having to deal with that for like 10 minutes. Tony Burgess were emceeing, and then Eddie Brimson came on to close, and he pretty much said, if you sort of start being trouble, I'll knock you out.
Eddie's lovely, but I would not fuck with Eddie.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like a fucking little Weetabix of a man.
Yeah, he'd bat you, wouldn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, the gig itself got out of there alive.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I wasn't on. I was just like, thank God.
Oh,
not.
right.
Yeah, I drove Lindsay to the gig and then was taking her to a different gig. But I was like, Lindsay even goes, I'll give you my fee if you go on. I said, no.
And then we doing it. Was the other gig in Failsworth?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. That was all, they've like loads of, you know, like the ladies with the big eyelashes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Brett Brennan's got, you open one, you close the other.
Yeah, but I did nothing.
Right, yeah, you just we like, I'm so glad I'm not doing anything.
You know, what I want to know is where would people tell you these racist jokes if you were just driving?
No, as I was coming in the building,
right.
they were outside smoking. Yeah,
I thought people were coming up to the car going, "Want to hear a joke?"
He's on fire.
What a roller car park telling racist jokes.
I was about to say, it's okay, like that's bad gigs. Good gigs. You did live at the Apollo recently.
Oh yeah.
Talk us through that. When did you get booked? What was it like? Let us know what it was.
How do you get booked?
Okay.
Yeah. How did you get booked?
Who can I speak to?
At the end, it was great because it was at the end of Edinburgh. I knew so, but at the end of Edinburgh, I'd lost the will to live, and I was just like, with me 5 people on stage, I was thinking, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then, and I thought it was really interesting as well because the same show that the person booked me for Live at the Apollo was the same show someone else gave the show 1 star. So I think that's very interesting.
So they came to watch your Edinburgh show.
Yeah.
Right, amazing. And how many were in the room at the time the Live at the Apollo booker was there? And the reviewer?
I think it was almost full. I think.
All right,
So
okay.
it's maybe 3/4 full. That one.
Nice.
But yeah, I never had like throughout the whole of Edinburgh. I never had like I don't think I ever sold out once. I think it was like quite full most days or so.
You did Live at the Apollo.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
it was a
don't
game
matter,
changer. And then I was saying to you, what did I, Harry? That so I said to my brother, what did it look like when they announced me, and then I walked through the smoke, and then my brother goes, well, when they announced your name, someone in the row we were in needed the toilet, so everyone stood up and we missed you.
Says to watch it back. I'll tell you when it comes out.
What was the experience like as that sign goes up and then you walk out? Like, what's the...
Well, thank God there was someone that anticipated people being idiots, because I said, do I need to step over this wood thing? And they were like, oh my God, that is the Live at the Apollo thing. So you would go up in the air or you'd be stuck, you'd be
my God,
attached
that'd be
to the
so
wood
funny.
and just be dangling.
He fell down the back.
So it's so good that they do run-throughs of everything, and then because you can't see anything, so they just say, know that it will feel like you're going to walk over the edge of something, but you're not, so just keep walking. But you think, oh bloody hell, because I got long legs.
She didn't
I
stop.
love the fact that
I just kept
for that one equation, because you're thinking so much about walking that like your normal walking pattern would just be so off, and you come out like with a strict goose step line into the centre of the stage.
Well, you say that. When I did the Russell Howard thing, when my partner watched it, he said, why did you walk like that? And because I'd planned everything else and forgotten how to walk, and I just walked weird. Because I was just, it's just you're not used to sort of that many people on you.
But wait, so you got to do half an hour or 25
No,
minutes?
20 minutes.
Unreal.
And then they put a clock that, and it's just, so then you're not. It just sounds the tiniest of things, but just having like a clock that's counting. I don't know if it was counting up or down, and it just really calmed me because usually I'm I don't want to overrun or underrun, and then I just kept like having a quick look. But it was like sort of like an out of body experience. I was just, and then my brain was just going, don't don't say that word wrong, don't fuck that up, and
Yeah.
but
That's
it was,
amazing.
but and then because you know in normal gigs like there were some guys in tracksuits that looked like they didn't particularly like me, and my brain was like focus on the people that hate you, and then I was like, no, Harriet, this is live at the fucking Apollo.
Yeah.
Like, have a lovely time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, go on.
It's just the fact that he's wearing a tracksuit to live at the Apollo.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Wow.
Did you do anything differently in terms of like preparation? Did you think, oh, I'm gonna sort of like the warm up towards it? Did you do anything differently? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, we had a run through, so all the people that were going to be on it there were shows that we did to trial what we were going to do. So then I had a bit, because obviously there's copyright and stuff like that, so I had a bit, so I was like, and I can't say that because that's Paul McCartney's song.
Yeah.
So then I was like to my agent going, right, so a few examples of what I could do is that I said on voice note, would this be all right? Someone's at the door. He was like, yeah, that's fine. So I'm like,
I do you know what?
You must have received that voice note.
I love the fact of you sending that voice note, but being as animated as you were then, rather than just going, what about this? That
I'd like you to be the Costa as well, like in public.
Yeah,
just like,
and the boys in tracksuits are looking over, just like, what are they doing?
I'm watching it later.
You do your 20 minutes, and obviously it finishes. What's that feeling like then? You're just like, thank you, good night.
oh yeah, mad. Just yeah, thank you. Well, I don't remember. Oh, I do remember because I had to go back because I forgot to take the mic, because most people go on with a wireless mic, but I have it in the stand. So before I said, oh, do you mind if I did have a microphone stand? And they were like, okay, but you can't. But it's not on. For the previous act, so Ian Sterling's compared it, and then so then someone's got to bring the mic stand on. So they've gone, remember to take, because the person after me doesn't want a microphone stand, so they've gone, remember to take the microphone stand out with you. So then I've gone, thank you, well, all the best in your endeavours, that's what I always say. And then I've gone to go, then I was like, ow, bloody hell, I forgot the microphone stand. So then I had to go back, and then my friend was like, oh, did you plan that? That was really funny. And I was like, oh no, I just forgot the microphone stand.
That's funny.
It's funny you went back on.
No,
of course you did, but like out of all the things to worry about when you're doing live at the Apollo, is taking the microphone stand off. You know what I mean? Like,
You'd think someone would do that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because someone's brought it on, you would have thought that they would, but then they probably thought that a normal person wouldn't make that much of an issue out of it, that it would have been a smooth situation.
I imagine it just go back into the ground.
What was the?
I'll just go off on the thing.
Yeah. It would be quite cool if the microphone came up out the floor.
That would be so funny if somebody just fell down the back.
Yeah.
They got stuck and they all through the sport. You just like a body just go.
What's the
That's like Gemma Collins on the MTV VMAs a few years ago, where she fell. Someone was coming up and she didn't know, and then she fell backwards and fell down.
Do you remember when Madonna fell over? Fell down the stairs. That was bad, wasn't it?
It was a dancer who caught
Madonna.
She caught a cape dancing.
Yeah.
And she proper flopped, but she got back up and kept going.
Oh yeah.
She had a cape on, and like this dancer caught it.
She said, "Watch my material, girl."
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Because we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. It's a good song, that.
That's a good joke as
It's in
well.
my top 10. What's the capacity of the Apollo?
4,000 people.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
Mad.
What's the? I suppose what's the reaction like when you obviously enjoyed it when you were doing it, yeah? But what's the reaction like when 4,000 people are going, yes, hilarious?
Just all quite overwhelming, really. But then you're just because you're just thinking, because you're comparing it to your normal, like where your laughs usually go, but they were all different to where they usually were. So like my brain was like, oh, that's interesting that got there, but because that's not the end bit, but then that bit gets, so because I think maybe it's just, well, I guess the whole thing hasn't been used to that many people. So it was just my brain going, oh, that's very interesting, as I'm speaking.
It'd be good to watch it, though. I'm excited to see it. It's Christmas time it comes out, right?
Well, it's all later this year. So the first one will be the Christmas special, which I think Dan Tiernan's in that one. And then my one won't be till like January or February. Which is ages away.
Okay,
You'll be back on the pod by then. You'll be back on the podcast by then, so we can plug it again. Watch this. Last thing before we jump into the actual writer's room, Sean Lock Award. Talk to us about that.
Oh, well, I didn't think... Well, because Jess, the Frogs, said that she'd nominated me for it, and then I went, I don't think I qualify for that. And she was like, oh, yes. I said, well, all right then. So then, but then everyone, it's all got to get chosen. So then I didn't think I'd be in the final. So that I went on holiday. I was in Rome, and then I had to come back from Rome, and then I was late to the thing, and then I was livid because they said that all the people that organised it said that they've already really decided who the winner is, and it's just a showcase. I said, are you fucking kidding me? I've come all the way back from fucking holiday for this shite.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, so then when I knew it was here, I was like, oh,
Is that what you said to them?
that's totally fine. Well, I was livid.
When in Rome.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy about it.
Comment for this shit.
Yeah.
Referring to it as shit. Yeah.
The Sean Locke Award.
Yeah. The shit.
And then you won it.
Yeah, but then, because my body, I don't think my body's used to such nice things happening, I projectile vomited on myself on the way home and in my new car. So then I had to get the car valeted afterwards, and I couldn't go back to Rome. So my poor partner was still in Rome and in the Casanova suites by himself.
Oh, wow. And you're just at home with a Sean Locke Award.
Yeah, big feeling.
Covered in
My
vomit.
award was covered in sick.
Oh.
You want to explain that to the guys who are cleaning it? Oh, I've been sick in my car. It's when I won the Sean Locke Award.
No,
They're just like,
Left it in there.
yeah, all right, love it. All right, yeah, we'll clean it.
I told them I dropped a smoothie because I was too embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a few days ago, that's why it's sour.
And it was
Yeah. Why does this smoothie smell of vomit?
Oh, it was awful. But then
Taste this.
Yeah.
Ugh. Carrots.
Yeah.
Well, you've had a very good 4 or 5 months there,
Yeah, bloody fantastic.
and now you're gonna have a very good story. On the All Made Up podcast. Look at that.
Oh, I
for a segue.
tell you what, that's
That-
all right.
Hey, it felt smooth.
Yeah, it's very
Yes,
smooth.
we are live.
In a material world, and I am a material
An
girl.
hour of this.
Go on.
This is going to be All Made Up with Harriet Dyer.
It's all made up, baby.
So, Harriet, welcome to the writers' room again.
you.
Second time here. You made it. You made such an impact the first time. We just had to have you back. We're delighted. So, for the listeners and viewers who don't know what's going to happen, I'll tell you. So, Harriet is our lead writer for today, and we're going to be creating a story together. Me, Ben, and Harriet, Harriet's assistants, and in front of Harriet there are 3 pots. We've got starting sentences, ending sentences, and swerve balls / curve balls to give it a bit of razzmatazz in between. But before we jump into the pots, we're going to build a character. So, Harriet, what would you like your character's name for today to be?
Saboteur.
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 Saboteur. Is that so? It's like Saboteur, or Saboteur's the first name,
Saboteur first name.
and then second name we're going with
No, it's like Beyonce.
Okay.
like Madonna.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, Beyonce.
Saboteur, are they, how old are they?
47.
Okay, right. Okay, that's accurate.
But they've got a medical problem.
What is it?
They're all skin.
What do you mean?
What, as in like no eyes? It's just the full body is just skin.
Just skin. Yeah.
So it's like they're wearing a morph suit,
Yeah.
but it's just skin.
It's just skin. So they sort of.
I'm picturing like a pancake with eyes.
That's what we're talking about.
Right, okay.
All right, I thought you meant a human, but with just like everything
No,
was
like
covered.
giant pancake with eyes.
It's like flubber.
Yeah. But it's skin,
Right?
not pancake.
Are they sentient? Are they like they can speak?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Silly.
Yeah. Don't be stupid. That was
Right,
stupid, mate.
and so they've got a medical condition.
Yeah.
So are they? How big are they? Just, I've got like a visual. Like, what's this?
Gary Barlow's son size.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Do you know
But,
what?
but
Is
like
that actually that
pancake
big?
round.
No, not pancake. We're focusing too much on the pancake. We meant it's more floppy like a pancake, not
Right.
he
Right.
is actually.
So it's like we're doing something like mad weight loss, and then they've got that like excess, almost
no,
like
because he doesn't. He doesn't have like the stuff that the skin is hanging on to.
How's it move?
Just skin, like flubber, like
okay,
Like
nice.
flubber, right? Okay, so
Okay,
it's
nice.
like gloopy.
Yeah.
It's like
Gloopy.
looks like
right.
a giant rasher of bacon.
no, stop with your
Did you just say a ration of bacon?
A ration.
It's a rasher.
Russia. Russia. World War II.
Yeah.
I thought it was a ration of bacon.
Oh my god!
Maybe in your house.
You're outrageous, you know. You do
Yeah.
some horrendous mispronunciations.
all this
Honestly,
lifetime.
mate,
A ration of
I grew
bacon.
up in a household where,
They were
I've got to get this right, wafer thin ham was
Yeah.
known as wafer thin ham.
Yeah, wafer thin's a thing though. Wafer thin.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't go into
Yeah.
shop and ask for wafer thin ham.
But wafer's a different pronunciation.
Yeah, wafer's. Yeah,
Ration is the wrong word.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get it. I made a mistake. All right.
You're making too many, Stachini.
So,
You're making too many.
face the corner, Stachini.
But okay, we've got this sort of like gloopy like saboteur character at the moment.
Yeah.
What do they do for a profession?
They are personal trainer.
Okay. Well, they'd be all muscle, wouldn't they? If they had no bones.
Well, not muscle.
No, they're like a flappy, like sort of
Do
gloopy.
they move like a slug?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are they training like for the like people like us? The personal trainers to people like us
Yeah.
who don't look like them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But they've got a sort of they're very passionate, and that shows in their work.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
And,
Look, I'm gonna bend over backwards for you, pal.
And, where is this set? Where is this set?
This is set in Tavistock.
Okay, and where
Where's
is that?
That's it's near. It's where a lot of ye olde films are filmed
That's-
in Cornwall. I once went counselling there, and there was as I was having counselling, the woman was spinning wool.
Wow.
what, as you were,
As I was my
she's like-
life.
On a foot pedal.
Yeah.
that put you off, wouldn't it?
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's
She was
ticking.
like, yeah, she because I was supposed to stay the night, and
going,
it was weird.
What do you see? Tell me what you see.
I think it's a scarf. I'm not sure yet. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So she was spinning away.
Yeah.
And this is in Tavistock.
Yeah, it's in
Right,
Cornwall.
Yeah. Okay. And do they live alone? Saboteur.
No, they're part of a commune
Nice. Okay.
of people that like an under. You know, we don't really hear about lepers anymore.
Yeah.
Well, this is there's like an underground community of people that are they are born fleshless, and as they carry on, it's a bit like Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not like that. It's like these people are fleshless, and then eventually the skin grows, and then becomes longer and floppier, and
Right.
and then their body, like Benjamin Button when he de-ages.
Yeah.
These people, their insides go and the skin gets bigger.
Okay.
Right. So
And everyone in this commune has that condition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but they're underground, like people, because like the lepers, people don't really accept them. So Saboteur is doing a lot of good work to get the world ready when these essentially take over.
right.
So they're living underground at the moment.
Yeah.
And Saboteur is sort of stuck the skin above the parapet and thought, I'm gonna
Skin above the bed. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and like be the face of our little commune and get us
Yeah.
out from underground.
I reckon Saboteur has spoken to all, and he goes, "We are not just skin tags. We are citizens of the earth, and we deserve to live above the ground.
Yeah.
I will head up there." And then they climb through the hole that's the size of a 5p.
Octopuses.
Yeah.
When your toothpaste is all dry and you squeeze it and a little bit goes, like
Yeah.
that. That's how much they surface from the earth.
I feel like they've got a little slogan as well, like we've got skin in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's
What's
Saboteur.
that PT thing?
Exactly.
Have some skin in the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
We've got skin
Yeah.
in the game.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And so 47, I've just as well. So that's their job.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're just spreading. It's like missionary work.
Well, a PT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're PT as well. Yeah.
And do they have a relationship at all? Are they in love or not?
In love with who?
Like
Anyone.
a fellow fleshy person, or
Oh, well, yeah, it's only really Saboteur that meets and has relationships with people. So he's fond of a few people.
Oh, so it's a guy as well.
Eh?
You said he.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's a guy, right? Okay.
Have you listened to a thing?
Did we mention it was a fella?
No, we actually, I don't think we did.
I don't think we- I-
no, we didn't
I-
specify.
You kept saying he though, so I just clocked on.
All right.
Yeah,
So it's a fella.
47-year-old fella,
Yeah.
skin in the game,
Yeah.
missionary work
And PT.
around Cornwall area. We're going to start with Cornwall and hopefully branch out.
Is there any kickback? Just I want to get like, obviously he's trying to spread the word, but is there like people going, look, pal, you're ugly, you need to live underground? Like, is he getting any
abuse?
Yeah.
Well, people, because of the world we live in, people are very superficial. So people try to be accepting, but he, you know, when he's sort of flopping down the street, people do, you know.
I just imagining in gym and someone going, seeing that bloke doing bench press over there, and he's just hanging all over the bench.
Like chewing gum.
Stuck.
It's like a sheet just hanging over every part of the bench.
Stuck in the treadmill.
Yeah.
It's like really wrapped up. Like.
Just to clarify, this figure, right? Okay. Because that's what it is in my head. He's a car crash.
He can tense.
Yeah.
So sometimes, say he's on the weight machine, he can. He has the ability to go into a sort of stingray.
That's what. But like a stingray
Yeah.
has a little tail. Does
It doesn't have a tail, not like a sting, not actually like a stingray, but just.
You're so literally you.
So
I know, yeah. Well, I have to be, but what I'm just trying to gather is
The sort of like this fleshy sort of like
No, but
blob,
does he-
but then
does-
he like turns into a disc
But does
when
he
he
have-
tenses. It's like a solid disc
right.
of human.
Right.
He's like they're going, go on, pal, tense,
Yeah.
and he just goes.
No, I think he turns into an arm.
The thing is about Saboteur,
Any shape, it can be any
Yeah.
shape. So he just tense and
it's
he's
so convenient.
and then he turns into legs.
Do you know when you have you get that rubber to clean your car and you sort of like rub it all over your dash and it
Yeah.
collects the dust, gets in places that you can't with your fingers?
Yeah.
Saboteur would be great at that.
Yeah.
Bit of glue all over him,
Okay.
Yeah.
pull him out, give
Can
him a
I,
wesh.
can I just clarify? Does he have fingers and toes?
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
But he can bend himself into a shape.
He can form into shape. I guess it's like, did you ever used to watch The Secret World of Alec Mack? No. And she'd turn into like liquid metal and be blobbing along. I guess there's a bit
get what
of
you mean,
that.
though.
Blobbing
Yeah.
along.
And quickly
Blobbing
as well,
along.
just before we kind of get into it and we pick something, is the government seeing this Saboteur as a threat? Because if that was knocking about in the street,
What the hell?
if that was knocking about on the street,
Have you seen the film Life with Ryan Reynolds?
yeah,
Yeah, where
that thing's a fucking evil.
have you seen Life?
Is that when he has the heads in his fridge?
No, it's,
No, it's when they go to Mars and they find a little life force and it sort of turns into an alien. But it's very much like Saboteur. It's like
Yeah.
it's just this fleshy piece of muscle.
But
But
Saboteur's
it's a
human.
good film, but it's like terrifying, this beast. But that's what I mean. Is it a threat? Is he a threat?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's
So
just
the
essentially treated like a leper.
Yeah.
Just someone
Yeah.
that like who was sort of shunned by society.
Well, he's called Saboteur. Actually, he's not a saboteur. He just wants to be part of society.
yeah, he wants to be part.
He's part French.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Of course.
like
Yeah. Sorry. I was
What's this-
stupid of me. Yeah.
fleshy subject over there with a beret on, and he's just like,
Really?
right. Let's get into the pots. I think. So Harriet, if you pick up 2 of the green ones. And it's going to just be like plot line A, plot line B, and we just pick whichever one we want to go with. Where there is a blank, instead of saying blank, say Saboteur.
Okay. Saboteur was being hunted by their own kids,
Just being hunted by their own kids, right?
and Saboteur had been bullied for years, and now enough was enough.
Oh.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's a nice start. Are you happy with that start? Which one do you want to go with?
You're the lead.
But there's an obvious answer there.
It's your call, Harriet, whichever you want to pick.
I think this one, the one with the kids.
Okay, go with the
go
kids,
ahead.
right? Okay, so dismiss the other one, and then...
So do I start?
No, we'll pick up, we'll get the ending. So pick a red one. This is where we're going to be working to.
Okay. They finally had their first snog. No, they're children.
It doesn't have to be that. No, so they finally had the first snog. That means they could have found someone they love.
Yeah.
They're not linked. yeah.
Yeah. Oh, imagine them kissing.
Well, we're going to find out how they do it. Then.
I know, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry,
You know,
go on.
I love the fact that you said that, and I was looking at Lewis. I just cut you. You go, and then you just went, "Stop that."
So, Saboteur is getting bullied by the kids. Is that what it says?
Well, because of the fleshiness, that he's accidentally he didn't realise that there's a penis in it, and he's created created children by accident. You know, like it with an octopus, like just suddenly there's loads of. What did I see the other day? Someone had a bath full of babies without realising, but not baby humans. But so anyway, so because he's so fleshy and blobby, he's accidentally must have been tossed off without realising.
Yeah.
And then he's accidentally created these like a lot of children without realising. And then they feel abandoned by him and angry, but he didn't know.
Are these children in the commune? Or are these like...
No, he's accidentally just jizzed in the streets
like a snail when it leaves residue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's impregnated some women who have just sort of been...
Who have just must have been walking along open.
And slipped.
That is funny.
Yeah, that they slipped on it.
Well, I'm thinking to sort of give it this sort of...
I'm pregnant.
What a line.
I was thinking if he's sort of been working as a PT and he's sort of been personal training women, is there an element of like he's got a few women who he was training pregnant and that? Do you know?
Accident,
By
yeah,
accident.
Maybe he's just it's just flinging it about without realising.
Obviously, this is all consensual, but I reckon that maybe he's been helping like some ladies stretch that are his clients, and just because of like how he's, you ever heard of like P&F stretching when you like assist someone stretching, you put the
Peanut
leg
stretching.
Penis stretching.
P&F stretching.
I think a woman has accidentally used him as a towel after having a shower. And
That is funny.
Yeah, but he's like hid on the rack with one eye open like that. Yeah, you're like ready.
Yeah. No, I think some women might have just like thought, you know what, I'm interested. Let's see how this works. I bet there's some women who are just like, I wonder.
Oh no, but
what this feels like.
He hasn't realised, so that's not consensual on his part because then he's just accidentally shed these.
No, but what I mean is that they're both interested in having sex with one another.
I've got it.
Go on.
He's a sperm donor, right? He's a sperm donor. Okay, so I reckon this has happened years ago, right? This is not the first time he's surfaced. Okay, he surfaced before and he tried to spread the word, and they went, "Get back underground, pal. You're hanging."
I'm coming up again.
Yeah.
I'm not spreading the word. I'm spreading my seed.
Yeah. And he's come up, and this is years ago. He went into what he thought was just a normal office. It was a sperm bank. He goes, "Look, I'm trying to spread the word about people like me. There's loads of us. We live underground." And they went, "Sir, you're gonna have to get out of this establishment." And he leaves, and the floor's absolutely gopping.
Gopping.
Yeah, and they mop it up. And I think as you're mopping it, you get like little splats and flicks.
Yeah.
I think somehow some of them have ended up in some samples. Right. This is 30 years ago.
No, I don't think he's as far-fetched as that. I think he has gone to a sperm bank because he's like, I'm trying to spread the word, and I can do that through my seed.
And he needs to pay for stuff as well.
What's that?
He needs to pay for stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. He gets a bit of money on the side, bonus. But he spreads his seed via this sperm bank, and then 20 years later, his kids have arrived and gone, Dad.
Are they like half him, half normal? They got any flappiness?
Like, are they fully formed humans, or are they this sort of...
But when they get angry and they gesticulate, then
That's funny.
the flap comes out by accident.
Have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Do you know when the thing goes
Yeah,
like that?
this one,
All right, there you go. Right, yeah, there you go.
the Dilophosaurus.
Lovely. Right, well, that's got to go in. I think that's it. These. How many kids has he got?
Yeah.
Well, many.
But
57.
he's got 57, and they're all bullying him.
Yeah, but I don't like the idea though that he knew and he abandoned them. I like the idea that it wasn't like he did. Like I feel like he's quite honourable and he would have wanted to be a part of their lives.
Maybe it's just too late. Maybe he was like, it was 20 years ago. I needed some money at the time. I was a different guy back then, and maybe that's like.
Well, maybe there was a chance because of his condition.
Yeah.
There was a chance that it would never, like, they would never turn into humans. So he didn't think that that they would actually turn to humans.
Yeah.
Right. So his kids are how old?
All 57 of them.
Well, yeah. Well, no. So
Yeah, that's the point.
all roughly the same age.
yeah.
All roughly the same age.
They come out like runner beans.
Yeah,
But maybe they bully him, right? Because I think he's obviously spread his seed. They've cut and they're just fully formed humans. These people, they do have that. What's the dinosaur called?
Dilophosaurus.
They do have that in them, but only comes out when they're angry. But the film with Vince Vaughn about Delivery Man, and obviously
Starbuck.
so basically the kids grew up, find out who the real dad is, and then start bullying him because of his appearance. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell, look at this guy. This is who bred me. He didn't want anything to do with me.
Yeah.
He didn't think that he was ever going to have kids. So it's sort of like you feel even more sorry for Saboteur because his kids are bullying him, and he didn't think he never had his connection with these kids either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
He's
quite
lost
sad.
all his PT clients because they're just like, I can't have a PT who's getting bullied.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. They're posting on TikTok. It gives him a bad rep, and obviously it's really damaging for the commune.
Yeah.
People in the commune started getting annoyed at him, frustrated. You're supposed to be giving us a good image, Saboteur, and look at this.
Yeah.
You're bringing us bad press.
Yeah. I'm just going to stay on the ground.
Yeah, we want to come out from underneath here. Thank you.
Yeah. Cornwall's beautiful. I want to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What are you thinking to that, Harriet?
Yes, I think that's good.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so we got a lot of context to him there.
Yeah.
And the situation he's in, and did you say he's been bullied or hunted by his kids?
Oh yeah, hunted.
Hunted.
Right, I thought you said bullet.
Yeah, that's what you were saying there. I was like, that's a lot of information, but I was like, pretty sure they're being hunted by their children.
It's the same thing though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to find him. They're hunting for him.
Right, okay, so that puts a different spin on it now. He's not being bullied, is he? So I've just talked about this poor Saboteur being bullied.
yeah, I know.
Give it a backstory.
I bet where you going? I was like, there's going to be a twist in this any minute, any minute
He
now.
worked so hard for that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe is it as extreme as are his children trying to exterminate him?
No, they're trying to find him. They're trying to find him. It's
Yeah.
your call, Harriet. What are you thinking?
Yeah, they're trying to find him, but he and like you said, that it's starting to damage the commune, but because they don't even realise, because they've actually, despite the situation of not really having a dad, they have actually had quite nice lives, so they didn't even really know about the Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
So it's only when this is happening with the father that then it shows, and then they realise they've got more in common with him than they thought, and then they learn to appreciate what he's been going through, and then they decide to. So then they all become united in the end, and they end up going underground.
Right, okay. So I reckon for some pace for the story, they find who their dad is.
Yeah.
So they go to the commune, and it's sort of that first interaction. Okay. So what I want to happen is I want you to play Saboteur, Harriet,
Yeah.
and I want you to play long lost kids of Saboteur. You found him.
Okay.
So you've gone to the commune, you've hunted him down, you know where he lives.
Right. So just to clarify, we're now underground.
Yeah.
You're saying we're in the commune.
No, so
Commune's underground.
Saboteur is just about to go into the commune, and you two are at the front door.
There's no way I'm fitting through that hole, pal.
Right, so on action, I want you to. Obviously, you've not seen.
What are we?
It's the first interaction between you and your long lost kids. You don't even know who these guys are.
Oh right.
Okay, action.
Look at that.
Excuse me. That's our dad. You're talking about there.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
That is such an accurate thing of
they
Saboteur.
look nothing like us.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Are you Saboteur? Are you Saboteur?
Yes. Who are you?
That's
We met because we were both
part of a
IVF
Facebook group.
babies, and we found out that we're from the same sperm bank, same donor, which turns out to be you.
Yeah.
What? How did you know? How? So my sperm is ripe?
We just followed the trail,
The mucus.
the mucus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes all the way from Padstow.
By Rick Stein's restaurant.
We know you like it in there. Yeah.
But there's 57 of us. There's only 2 of us here right now. But,
What? Have they all followed my trail?
well, not all of them, but we do have a WhatsApp group with them, and we will be contacting them. But I mean,
I would love to. I feel we've got off on a terrible start. Could I? I've missed so much of your lives.
yeah. Where have you been?
Underground.
It says online you're a professional PT.
Yes, there. I'm overground.
Okay.
But
Where
only if
you've been living underground?
Yes.
In what? Like a cave? In
a
a
little commune, because the world thinks that we're awful. Well, a bit like you when you just said, ugh.
Oh God.
yeah. I mean,
Your own dad, you went, ugh.
Will you stop being horrible to Dad, or I'm going to get really mad?
right. Yeah, maybe you lash out with me.
Yeah, like we just leave him alone.
Yeah, I go, and then I go, oh my God, you do it as well.
Yeah.
And then I realise, like, you're like, what do you mean? And I go, when I get angry, I have a flare up.
Yeah.
And then
My skin goes loose.
my skin goes loose. Yeah. my head just becomes a windsock. My God, we've got more in common with you than we first thought. So, are you going back underground now?
Well, it's my house. Me and my friends, and there's a whole commune of us.
When you say commune, how many are we talking? How many people like you?
Have I said this previously?
No?
I don't think
Oh.
it's all right.
6,000.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
That must be a
That's
big
lot,
cave.
Like a big ball of gum.
No, it's lovely down here. We've got a spa shop.
We'd all have to moisturise quite a lot, wouldn't you, with all that
All
skin?
right, so-
We'd have to constantly moisturise.
Can we come in? Can we check this world out?
Of course, but don't is it coming from a good place? You're not gonna report and belittle us and
No, not going to report.
We're
Might be a little bit of-
Oh, that's a good angle, that, to be fair. You are an investigative reporter and you are actually the Sun, right? So
Yeah.
you're so no, as in what you've just said there, I think if you came into the commune, you're someone who's going there with bad intentions. It's sort of to expose.
But he still has a flap though.
Ah, right, yeah, we just yeah, I was just trying to create a bit of an angle.
Different reactions to the dad.
Yeah, well, I was just
some
thinking
would
it
be
might
angry
be
at you.
nice because you're trying to get the commune to the world and you're trying to
Keep them underground.
keep them underground.
Fill the holes in.
Yeah, maybe you're ashamed of your dad. You're ashamed. You're just to create that bit of a conflict between the two.
So we're going to go in, yeah? Right, okay. I think what we're going through, is it a tunnel?
It's like a large webby flap.
Christ almighty. Is it like the
Webby.
is it like the upside down in Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Right.
What's that thing? The Gorgonzola. It's like
the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Gorgonzola.
Because they have that's a bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harriet, just bring the mic a touch
Sorry.
closer.
So I go through this flappy with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the first time, Harry.
I think we now get a curveball. I think
Absolutely.
we're in this world.
Right, so they've come into the commune. If you pick up one of the yellow ones, Harriet,
I think we slide down
but a really cushioned fall.
Yeah. Uncle.
It's just a slide of.
Uncle. So whatever the curveball says, we're going to fit that in somehow.
The sound of breaking glass echoed from down the street.
Ah, right. Okay. The sound of. Have you got something, Ben?
Could be like the mob.
What?
They know where the place is now. He's brought a mob of people with him. You know, when there's always people different, you always get the townspeople go like in Frankenstein.
Ah,
When they're all
right.
sort of- I was like, get
But
out.
but I would argue they've only just arrived, haven't they? So the mob wouldn't appear yet because he hasn't sent out anything to say that.
True.
The sound of broken glass echoed. Did it say?
Echoed from down the street. I think that they haven't realised that these final two people adding to the 6,000 that's already there has created a sort of a vacuum, and everyone's turned to glass.
Hang on. So all that's left in this space now is three people and all the former fleshy things.
No, it's just turned to glass, so we need to think of a way to unglass. Get back to web.
Right.
Do you want me to tell you what the image I had in my head when you said that then? So I had the image of you two coming through the sort of flap and falling down right onto the bed of 6,000 fleshy people. You've hit it and it's created like a wave which has gone to the end of the room, and there was a little glass window, and the sort of ripple effect, like when you flick a tea towel, has smashed it, and everyone's gone, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, sort of thing?
Yeah.
So people are already annoyed.
Oh, that's good. Maybe some shards have gone in a few people as well.
Cut a few of the fleshoids, yeah.
Yeah.
This image,
I'm just trying to think of a...
image I have in my head is, you ever open like a pack of Percy pigs?
Yes.
Right, and that's what they'd look like as a unit, right? Like it's, you know what I mean? It's just
If you
chaos.
club them all together.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it's quite like Alice in Wonderland, this story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
So-
chewits.
Yeah, it's just a ball.
And now they've got a bit of glass in them as well.
Yeah.
So they're,
I think, right, there's
can't
got
even
to
take
be
it out.
someone who's in this commune that's a bit resistant, being like, you brought outsiders in here.
Yeah.
So, like, who's that person?
It's like the prime minister of these people.
Well, no, because Saboteur is kind of the
Leader.
The leader. Right, okay.
But I would say Gerald.
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 Sounds like a trouble causer.
Yeah, just a bit like,
Committee guy.
Yeah, you know the guy, the cockerel from Chicken Run is a bit like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit like.
Always got something to say. Always got something to say.
Yeah,
Never positive.
Wants
It's
to
always
do
like
things by the book. Not very good for if sudden things happen, and obviously this is a sudden thing.
Right.
first thing he says, who's going to pay for that window?
Yeah.
That's the first thing he says.
Yeah.
Not even a greeting for the humans.
You brought these two humans into our world.
What the funny thing is that these fleshy people are also humans, but we're sort of degrading them by not saying that they
And
are.
They degrade themselves. They don't talk about themselves as humans.
Yeah, I feel like they've
they're just like humans. You're like, you're one.
that's seen you off.
Go on.
I think they've it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like they've told themselves so much that they can't be accepted that Gerald is like, we're safer here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that idea of being like,
That's the push and pull of it, isn't it?
yeah. The world outside is a threat. Stay with what you know.
Yeah, like
You've
Chicken
brought
Run.
these outsiders. Why?
Yeah.
It's exactly like Chicken Run.
It's like Chicken Run,
Yeah, it is like Chicken Run. Chicken gum. No,
Yeah.
it's like the gummy analogy that you had earlier.
Yeah.
But so you've got Gerald saying, "Why have you brought these in?" So maybe we need to see that argument. I reckon Ben play Gerald.
Okay.
Once again, Harriet plays Saboteur. You play the child, the son. In this instance, you're just sort of like monitoring it, maybe just taking notes, because remember, you might be just exposing this for later.
Yeah.
Just
Just the phone. Just stood around and going, what's that? It's a phone. Yeah.
But it's so stiff.
go on, have this conversation. You're Gerald, you're Saboteur.
Oh, for God's sake, who's going to pay for that?
Oh, Gerald, it'll be all right. It's just an accident.
Saboteur, what have we told you about? You can't bring people in here.
I don't bring people.
Well, yeah.
This is an exception. These are my children.
Doesn't matter.
It does
the
matter.
outsiders.
Gerald, if you want to pull rank, I'll pull it.
I've got a question.
It's a democracy in here.
Gerald.
Saboteur.
Gerald, how long have you lived underground?
For 6,000 years. No.
Your people has.
Yeah, 6,000 years my people have lived down here.
Wow.
22 years I've been down here. And, I've had a lot of stuff going on up there.
So you're 22.
No. I was sent down here when I was 7. I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
Wow.
My parents rejected me. Just like everyone else up there. They all reject us. The only place we feel safe is here. And this guy here has got some weird square device that he's pointing at me.
Oh, but Gerald, but he is part flump like us.
Flump.
But he's not all plump. Flump, whatever. Yeah. He's not all flump, is he? We're safe.
But our whole
I think-
mantra is to not ostracize, people that are like us, and these are like us.
We can't any of have you liberal flumps down here.
I think while
we
you're-
don't want to include everybody. We just want to be with our own people, other flumps. So you're so ignorant. It was safer down here. We can't go up there. Last time someone went up there, they never came back.
It's still safe. There's
Marjorie,
but I'll just who?
my wife,
Well, where's she?
she never came back.
She had an affair.
Yeah,
With
she went up there, and I've never seen her since. The humans took her.
Maybe she got stuck in a tyre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Well,
she got ran
need
over.
to get auto glass.
Didn't affect her at all.
to
Yeah.
Yeah, to replace.
Just
sort
like
our
caught-
window out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want them out. I want them out. Everyone in here, do you want them out?
Yeah, get him out.
Yeah, we're not safe, are we?
Ooh.
Go on, fuck off.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, calm down, Robert.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I think while that's going on,
Says it dead aggressively and shuts down instantly.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, Robert, that's too far.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I was just the masses. I was just someone from the crowd.
you say it and then you just move backwards in amongst all the like the fleshy
Yeah,
things.
you go.
So yeah,
But Robert's right. We don't want them down here. We don't want them to find out we're down here. We won't be safe.
No, but they're gonna stay down here.
look, I've got it all on camera.
Yeah.
All of you.
But then
All of you.
Yeah.
we'll just fleshy grab the
you?
camera and then disintegrate it. Yeah.
No, I reckon you run out now.
Okay.
You,
Okay.
you get out of there.
I'm running. Right. I'm running.
Yeah. You're like, you've been rid of iCloud.
With your dainty footsteps.
Yeah. As I came down the steps earlier, Harriet went, I thought it was a child coming down the stairs
You're
because
so
while you
light
were
on
walking, I
its
was like,
feet.
It's them mushroom shoes you've got.
So you run out and you're going to expose this
Yeah.
community. You're going to
Yeah.
go and write the most vicious article, vitriolic piece that you can.
Yeah.
And like as a unit, maybe they're like, right, we've got to go and stop him.
Yeah.
And then-
the other lad is like, no, I'm so sorry about him. I just wanted to get to know your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
And he's like, I'm so sorry about him, Dad, but I was just trying to get to know you.
Yeah,
okay.
And
So
then-
I've made it out of the hole.
you've made it
Yeah.
out of the hole.
Yeah. I've climbed out of the fleshy hole.
I can't believe you're doing that.
Hey.
And Gerald's like, I told you.
Yeah, I told you so.
That's what you'd do.
They've
Like,
been down here 2 minutes, smashed a window, and now they're going to ruin our commune, our life.
What does this commune look like, by the way? Is it like an anthill?
Yeah, this is what
That's
I
what
was
I mean,
thinking.
like-
I was thinking,
Is it
right.
like a bug's life?
I was thinking that your character. Have you seen Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Werewolf? The one where they sort of gas all them rabbits underneath the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought that he's going to go and do. He's going to go and sort of like shove something into the ground in order to sort of like gas them and kill them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just come back with a cement truck. Keep coming.
Yeah, exactly. Like people want them gone.
Well, maybe when they've all like moved away, there's one of the skin people that has been turned to glass and smashed, and that's what the smashing glass was. Because he's got this like weapon that turns people into glass.
Oh,
Do you know what? I've got.
No, you're being silly.
I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Harry, what was the last line again? Sorry.
the yellow one.
Yeah. No, the red.
Oh, the last one. They finally had their first snog.
Right. I've.
Well, yeah. I'll just say it just before you pop in because this makes sense purely because Saboteur is the only one being confident enough to sort of live amongst the humans. Nobody knows where this commune is. They've never seen it.
Yeah.
Now it's finally been exposed where all these people live. So people, like humans, want to get rid of them because they just fear what they don't know.
Yeah.
So that's what you've done. You've exposed them. You're going to get people. So now it's up to Saboteur and his son to stop the humans eradicating the
Yeah.
fleshoid people, the flumps.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a story. Yeah. It's
And I think we get another curveball
Yeah.
in.
Curveball.
Curveball it.
another yellow one.
So what do I do with this?
Just put them down.
Just pop them there.
They got tickets to see their favourite band.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Well,
So they've decided to, because of the threat now coming from outside because of you dirty stinking rat. But then so it's all sort of everything's as like falsely returning to normal. But then they all have they're all massively secretly massive fans of Celine Dion.
yeah.
And you've put on a concert because you've got a lot of money. You've put on a concert to try and lure them out because the only thing that could possibly lure them out
It's Celine Dion.
is Celine.
Yeah, well, maybe Saboteur's gone to them all. Listen, we're going to get exposed. We should try and make an effort to integrate into society. And I think what we should do. We all love Celine Dion. She's doing
Concert.
yeah she's doing a concert in Newquay
Okay.
in the what's it called, the Belushi's bar there. Yeah, or the walkabout, the big one. Okay. That's it, in. I know Newquay.
I like this. I think that's pitched, right? That's pitched by Saboteur to Gerald, and Gerald has to convince the commune,
Yeah,
right? So I'd like to see that, Ben.
Gerald.
Gerald speaking to 6,000
Okay,
flumps.
skin people, congregate. That's all I'm putting together. Now, I know what I said before. I said that we shouldn't be up there. But that son, who's a rat, has exposed us. So we've got no choice. So I think what we're going to do, who do we all love in here? Who's our favourite singer?
Celine.
Celine who?
Dion!
Yeah, can I get it again, please?
Celine Dion. Celine Dion.
Oh, yes. And we're going to go watch her. She's on at Belushi's bar in Newquay tonight.
But I can't.
Why?
Because of look at me. Look at us.
Celine Dion doesn't see what you look like. She just sees what's in your heart.
And she's got enough problems as well.
Yeah, she's got a lot of problems going on currently as well.
Yeah.
The last time I went above ground, I was kicked and tossed all over the street. People trampling all over me, and you want me to do it again?
That was the 80s. That happened to everybody. Everyone was shit on by Thatcher.
And I was shit on.
Yeah.
But you could just like go down to the floor and then whoop, and then be more in the ceiling this time, so
Yeah.
you're not
Yes.
trampled
It's
on.
a different world up there. They accept everybody now. There's no problems in the world right now. I've heard.
Right.
Well,
so
you've had a change of.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm also quite fickle, as you'll notice. I change my mind quite easily.
what day is this performance?
Friday.
And what day is it today?
I think it's on tonight. I think.
Friday night. We're going tonight. I've got us all tickets. 6,000 of us.
Okay.
Belushi's Bar in Newquay.
Yeah, but because
he just got one ticket, and they all
Yeah.
form into
Yeah,
one mass.
yeah.
I reckon his final line is he goes, bind. And everyone just...
What, like in what's it called? The Power Rangers, where they turn into like the arms and stuff.
And he just does that and, and it just, the tempo goes to the point where it's like, it actually comes out of the ground. It's like,
Yeah, it's massive.
and there's like a family having a picnic.
Like, oh, look at his skin.
Yeah, body's going everywhere. And this like hot air balloon of skin just appears.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
But you said they're accepting now.
yeah. They were like, wow, look at that skin.
I think he said that to convince them to come above ground. They're not
Right.
actually, the humans aren't actually accepting of them.
Yeah,
He's
we
just,
don't know, does he, Joe?
Yeah.
He's, not,
Yeah.
he's just
No, it's-
decided he's...
So it's on a military radar. They're like,
We have a foreign object just off the shore of Pradstow. Pretty large mass. Send up the jets.
And it looks like Gary Barlow's son.
yeah.
That's how massive it is. It's like he's like he's just a bit too big to be normal, but like not really questionable.
that image of them all just sort of sticking together.
Yeah.
That visual is so good.
Yeah, and like some of them hold the breath, so it looks like they're wearing jeans.
Well, I think what
Go blue.
I'm thinking is
That is such a stupid image.
Hold your breath.
so they form into this massive fleshy. Is it human-looking figure?
Yeah,
Like they're all blobs, but they've sort of formed when they've connected into
Yeah.
a massive sort of.
Is it like Ghostbusters, Michelin Man?
Yeah, but skin more human looking.
Yeah.
But more
Yeah.
human looking. So they've done that. Concerts coming on, but as they've sort of emerged from the molehill and the mud's sort of gone everywhere, an army is waiting outside. A military sort of attack is about to happen.
You look a bit not happy about the military bit there, Harriet.
Well, I was just thinking, it's
I
that
don't
war
want
element.
violence.
Okay,
I've
well-
grown fond of them.
What I was thinking here, right? Okay, I like the image of him coming out the ground, right? But as he's been giving this speech, Celine Dion concerts actually started, right? And as the moment they erupt, she's like, and I... No, that's Whitney Houston, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Every night in
My dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Yeah.
she also sings "It's All Coming Back to Me Now," doesn't she?
It's all coming
Pardon?
back, it's all coming back to me.
Oh yeah, there were moments of cold and there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but
then they always seem right.
You know what?
there were nights of endless
Go on.
pleasure.
Touch me like this.
And you move me like that.
Oh, I've got it. So yeah, so they go to this Celine Dion concert, and they go. Someone goes, the choir's not turned up. The choir's not turned up for Celine, but they've been underground together. And what have they been doing? They've been
Practicing the singing.
Harmonising.
learning to harmonise. So they are the most beautiful choir you've ever heard.
That's quite a nice shout, that. So
Yeah.
they come out of his mass, right?
Right. What I'm thinking. Right. So I bet this for a visual. Right. So they come out as this mass,
Yeah.
and obviously Michelin Man, but sort of like more skinned, human looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Barlow's
The military army are based
I
outside.
feel bad that
The
we're
what
shaming
army?
him.
Listen to what you just said.
The military, not
Military
military
army.
army. The
Yeah.
military are outside. They're primed, tanks, rockets, everything.
He's desperate for violence,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, but
Pardon?
He's desperate for violence.
no, but this is the poetry of it.
Yeah.
And obviously the skin people, the fleshoids, the flumps don't want anything to do with that. They don't want battle, they don't want war. So they run away. They run towards the Celine Dion concert.
Yes.
Jets are trying to keep up with them.
Yeah.
The tanks, they're chasing after this fleshy mass. They run to the concert. It's in need of a choir. They start singing. The military arrive, and it's like,
Beautiful.
this is beautiful.
Yeah, we can't possibly.
We can't possibly.
Yeah.
We can't.
Did she do a rendition of "Wow, who, yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing."
Yeah, and they're
I think she
harmonising.
plays Zombie. I think she sings Zombie by the Cranberries. And they associate with themselves.
What I was thinking is that song, when you touch me like this, when you move me like that in front of all Celine Dion's crowd and they're orchestrating it, that'd be poetic, that, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. And it'd sound amazing because they could bend to echo it. They could like bend to make the perfect sound.
Yeah,
Turn
exactly.
themselves into a harp.
Yeah, yeah.
Turn themselves into just an ear. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And all the crowd sit in it
Yeah.
while they're singing.
And then Celine's just like,
That's
I'm all about love.
Yeah.
I'm all about love.
Yeah.
And then she's like, who's the leader of you people?
She wasn't the fate. And then they finally had their first snort.
Yeah, so who's the leader of these people?
Saboteur.
Saboteur comes up and she goes, I've never met a man that's created such a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
And then
she sort of flicks him up with her foot.
Yeah. he turns into a massive piece of, he turns into lips.
Flicks him up with her foot. He goes, hey! And then she just...
What's she do?
Hey.
Hey! You might be Dion, but you're not doing that to me, okay? And then she goes, come here, you. Where do I kiss you?
Yeah. And these lips come out the skin. Like, and then they're those perfect lips you've ever seen. Yeah, and she kisses him and then they spend their lives on tour with Celine Dion.
Yeah. Fade to black.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And she ends up in this wave of skin and just has the best night of her life.
Yeah,
Celine Dion.
yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Do you know, like, what I like the idea of, you know, like,
Clam.
no, in cells, or like when a cell eats bacteria and it sort of like forms around it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the whole sort of fleshy people do to Celine Dion. They just sort of absorb her,
Yeah.
and then that's the end.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And just people of Cornwall are watching this.
Yeah.
Just stood there like.
They're just like, bloody hell.
They've morphed in all the excitement to the Eden Project.
They've sort of assimilated, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
where they live to keep warm.
And as that, so they're watching that. There's like military jets just circling.
Yeah, and then they were like, we can't, like, Celine Dion you can't be, if she's happy.
yeah.
Yeah.
They just start firing the guns in the air, just like, oh
some
wow,
pilots on the
Yeah.
radio like.
That was emotional.
yeah, exactly. And then it's just, I think that's the end. They've had the final kiss. They've kissed
Yeah.
Dion.
Yeah.
Harriet.
I like that.
Wow, I thought that was so funny.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's surreal.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the visual element of just like this Percy Pig kind of community.
My favourite was what you said with when they hold their breath, so it looks like jeans.
Yeah, very funny.
It's just the idea of them like being perfect at singing as well.
Yeah.
Also very funny. Just
Yeah.
like that's what they've been practicing down there.
Well, the sound, it'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Like, people spend like millions of pounds like making buildings out of the perfect acoustic shape, and
Yeah,
they
material.
just bend themselves into it.
Yeah.
Because I imagine these flump people like
Every
normal,
time we say that,
but these are they like like 5'1" to 6'3"? What's the height?
Well, no, they're pretty low to the ground, aren't they?
Flat.
Varied, but they can, make themselves
skateboard.
bigger,
Yeah.
smaller. Yeah.
Like we said, Celine Dion flicked Saboteur up, so he's like down there. It's like,
Right.
like a popped football.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're right, pal.
Yeah.
That's what they're like.
that's what she says.
Yeah, pal.
Harriet, I really enjoyed that. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for doing it.
Yeah. Do you wanna wrap it up for us? So
I think we should.
Harriet can pop off.
Yeah, you've got to go to a gig, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are we done for time? What time is it?
20 past.
Oh, nailed it.
There we go. We've
amazing.
smashed it.
Are you on tour anywhere? Are you doing anything you'd like to plug?
Not until next year.
Next year? Okay,
So
well.
we'll keep me in your hearts.
Definitely watch your Live at the Apollo, though, when it's out.
Yeah, which will be, I don't know the date yet, January, February sometime. So
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I have as
Yeah, I can't
well.
wait to watch it. Now I know the thing about the stand.
Yes.
I would love it if I watched it and you had material on that Live at the Apollo that was relevant to this. If you watched it on Live-
What, in the
Yeah,
future? Yeah.
Just the idea of you channeled this in, it would be superb.
Yeah, and he held his breath and he turned into jeans.
Imagine if the whole set was, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And you're the only people that appreciate it.
And they still put it out.
Thank you very much for watching and listening, everybody, for another episode of the All Made Up podcast. We got a live show, 11th of December. Please check it out. Check out Harriet. We'll see you again soon. This has been All Made Up with Harriet Dyer.
Yay.
It's all